So I'm doing something a little bit different with this Extreme New Battle. And what I did was I went through all the stages with a full free-to-play team. I have this Gohan as my leader, which he leads Defenders of Justice category key +3 and HP and attack and defense +77%, or super class key +3 and HP and attack and defense +40%. And then I have this LR Great Saiyaman 1 and 2. Their Extreme Z Awakening is out, and it's been out for quite some time, but I never did that myself. So I have the non-Extreme Z Awakened version of the unit, but they did fine for this event. And then I used this free-to-play Great Saiyaman 2, who does not actually have a Dokkan Awakening. She's just an SSR that Z awakens into a UR, but her role on this team was giving superclass allies defense +40%, so she's supporting on her rotation. And then you have this free-to-play Casserole, and he raises defense infinitely on a super attack. On top of that, he has type advantage in this event, so he actually does pretty well for himself and holds himself up in this event. And then we have this Great Saiyaman right here, who also does not have a Dokkan Awakening. He's just an SSR that Z awakens to a UR as well, but he is giving support to superclass allies, attack +20%. And then we have the STR Great Saiyaman and Videl on the team, which is a pretty significant unit on this team. He's kind of the glue to this team, to be honest with you, because he gives support to Defenders of Justice category allies key +3 and attack and defense and chance of performing a critical hit +18%. So with his support passive and then this Great Saiyaman's support passive of giving an extra 20% to attack, and this Great Saiyaman 2's support passive of giving superclass allies defense +40%, it's actually working out pretty well with the synergy right there. And each card has a very significant and very definitive role on this team. Now keep in mind that this unit right here and this unit right here are kind of a liability in the later stages. They do get hit pretty hard because they are not TURs, so they can't deal a whole lot of damage, and they also take more damage than the other TURs. So keep in mind that most likely the best strategy, and the strategy that I've actually been using, is just rotating this card and this unit right here off. They're not on the main rotation. But there are 3 different scenarios where this team is actually really good, and the reason why I actually created this team in the first place. The first scenario being you can choose this Videl as a friend leader because she leads Defenders of Justice category key +4 and HP and attack and defense +170%. The second scenario would actually be to use Gamma 2 as your friend if he's an option. And when I created this free-to-play Defenders of Justice team, I also thought, why not make them all special pose as well? That way, when you have a Gamma 2 as an option for a friend leader, he's leading special pose category members with a full 170%, so that your options are less limited in the fact that you can either choose your Defenders of Justice leader in Videl or your special pose category leader in Gamma 2. And then the third option or scenario is where you would use this Gamma 1 as your leader. Now, he does only lead movie heroes or artificial life forms, which is a little bit of a hindrance. And this scenario or this option, you do not want to use if you do not have to use it. It's just if you have no other option and there's no Gamma 2 or Videl for choices as friend leads, you can go ahead and use him. But you want to keep in mind that all but 2 of these units are on the movie heroes category. This Casserole will not be on the movie heroes category, and this Gohan Teen / Great Saiyaman unit will also not be on the movie heroes category. So in that case, if you have to use Gamma 1 as your leader, you'll actually want to rotate this Casserole off and also this Gohan off in the 3rd slot as well, and keep your movie heroes category units on the main rotations. And I have used all 3 of these scenarios, and it has worked out for me. I've lost a few times, but with some RNG, I was able to get up to level 30 just using this free-to-play team. So let's go ahead and go into the fight and see exactly how well we can do in level 30 here. And then afterwards, I will show you exactly where you can farm these free-to-play units. Let's go ahead and get started here. So with your friend leader, you actually want to keep them on one of the main rotations. So if you happen to have 2 of the units that I said to keep on main rotation, if your friend leader is on that rotation as well, you actually want to rotate off one of your units so you can keep the friend lead, because the friend lead is actually going to be the best unit that you have, seeing as it's going to be a premium unit. So we'll go ahead and hit that with Videl. She gets her unit super attack. Then we'll do this with Casserole, and we'll go ahead and get this with the Great Saiyaman 1 and 2 right there. And so we should get some pretty good damage with this Videl. Casserole is not going to be, you know, a significant damage dealer, but once again, he's a good tank. He's raising defense infinitely, which can be somewhat useful for an event like this when you're using a free-to-play team, because with a free-to-play team, Extreme Z battles like this one and many others can take a significant amount of turns. Not like too long, but since they are free-to-play units, they don't deal as much damage. Therefore, you can take a better advantage of units that raise their defense or attack and defense infinitely, because it is going to take a little bit longer to get the level done in these later stages with a full free-to-play team. So this Great Saiyaman 1 and 2 also will not be dealing a whole lot of damage, because once again, it's a pre-Z Awakened state of LR Great Saiyaman 1 and 2, so they're not too great before they actually get their EZA. All right, so here's a scenario right here. You want to put him in the off rotation, or in the third slot, so he rotates off the main rotation. This Int Gohan Teen / Great Saiyaman, he's okay in the first slot. He's actually going to tank better than this unit right here. This unit right here tanks very well after they get a super attack off, so them being in the second slot is actually the best case scenario for them when they're on main rotation. So we'll go ahead and get a super attack with Great Saiyaman right here. And once again, this Great Saiyaman that's going in the off rotation right here, keep in mind that he is giving a significant boost to attack percentage, 20% attack actually, as his passive buff to the rest of the rotation. So they're getting quite a bit of attack. That Great Saiyaman in the first slot, he's actually pretty good on this event. Keep in mind though, he is Extreme Z Awakened, so that definitely helps. That leader skill I showed you that he has, the Defenders of Justice leader skill with a 77% across the board on all stats, that is after he gets his Extreme Z Awakening. So keep that in mind, that you do need to Extreme Z Awaken him in order to get that free-to-play leader skill out of him. So here we go. Once again, we have Videl on main rotation. Our health is pretty low, because when this Frieza does super attack a free-to-play unit, they don't take that very well, but they do take it good enough so that we don't die. And as long as he doesn't super again, especially on this unit right here, which I have to rotate. Actually, you know what? In this case, our best choice is actually to put her here so that she doesn't get super attacked, because she's going to take the most amount of damage. This Casserole right here, he's actually going to tank it pretty well if he does get super attacked. With the amount of life points we have left though, I'm not sure how well that's going to go. So you want to heal up a little bit with the orbs as much as you can, and then we'll go ahead and get the super attack started here. But this rotation should take down Frieza's health quite a bit. If she can get another super attack, that would be very, very good for this rotation. Yes. Crit, please. There we go. Okay, so Casserole should be able to finish this Frieza off. Maybe. I mean, she's not going to deal any damage. Now, the good thing is that Great Saiyaman 2, or the Videl, in the middle slot, is giving that passive buff of defense plus 40% to super class allies. So you see right there, Casserole is actually a pretty good tanker in this event, especially on normal attacks. So we're good there. In this case, we're gonna look at defense here, and we're gonna go with the Int Great Saiyaman in front because he has the most amount of defense. Hopefully he doesn't get supered, because if he gets supered, I'm pretty sure we're gonna lose. Let's do what we can to actually heal up a little bit. So we'll give him this one orb. We'll give the red orbs to this Great Saiyaman and Videl in the middle. And then we'll get this with the Great Saiyaman 1 and 2 here on the end to heal up a little bit. So that's good. He gets super attacked. Hopefully it's not. And he dodges. Oh my gosh. Okay, that's pretty cool. That's actually pretty cool. He actually has been dodging a lot for me. So there you go. Beating Int Angel Golden Frieza with a full free-to-play team. And mind you that by completing level 30 with a full free-to-play team, there's no doubt that you can complete all the other stages before that, because level 30 obviously is the most difficult stage. And in order to get the Int Gohan teen that transforms into Great Saiyaman at the start of turn, you will need to farm him in the story event right here, A Turbulent Start World Tournament Reborn, and his Extreme Z areas right here, the Majin Buu Saga Edition. And in order to get the STR Great Saiyaman and Videl right here, they can be farmed in Mass Revival and Mass Chaos Parade of the Dead. And to get the physical LR Great Saiyaman 1 and 2, you need to do multi-summons on the Friend Summon banner in the Summon tab. And they do start out as an SR, and they are quite a bit of a grind to get from SR rarity to the LR rarity that you see right here. So keep that in mind, that it is not something that can be done very quickly, and it is very tedious and takes a little bit of time. And then to get the Intelligence Great Saiyaman that you see right here, and also the Great Saiyaman 2 that you see right here, that you will farm them in this story event, Wrath of the Dragon. And keep in mind that these are not TURs, they are only SSRs at the moment. I have not gotten their Dokkan Awakenings yet. And then to get the physical casserole here, you need to farm him in the story event, Proud Justice Pride Troopers. And yeah, that's about it. Hope you found this helpful, and I'll catch you on the next one.